You clicked on this video because you want to survive this year's No-Nut November, and we are here to make sure you achieve this goal. The sole purpose of this video is to make this year's No-Nut November a breeze for you. And to make sure you finally complete this challenge, we created a simple formula that will maximize your chances of success. It's divided into 3 sections that work together to make sure you survive this No-Nut November. But here's the catch. If you skip one section, you will relapse without even realizing it happened. The first section of the formula is preserved for your willpower, the foundation of your success. While our actions are usually determined by our daily habits because our brain is a habit-performing machine, willpower acts as a freer, a choice giver, as it allows us to do something our brains aren't used to. It essentially helps us quit bad habits and form good ones. But the thing is, we can't rely solely on willpower since it gets drained throughout the day, which is why most people usually relapse in the evening when they're at the mercy of their bad habits. But why would this formula, which is supposed to maximize our chances of success, include a thing that fades throughout the day? Because we can actually increase our willpower and sustain it. We will perform habits that will strengthen a particular form of willpower, one that's used to observe thoughts and gives us the option to either follow through with an automatic loop or reject it. Habits like meditation, journaling and cold showers work really well and are all included in this formula. Throughout the month of November, you will do these habits every day. You will start slowly with shorter times and then as the month goes on, increase them since the urges will get stronger. An example of how your day will look like is this. When you wake up, you'll take a cold shower, then meditate for a few minutes, 1 to 3 at the start and then about 10 minutes at the end. Then you'll go to work or school, and when you get home, you'll journal for a few minutes about why you won't relapse and then continue with your day. By doing these 3 habits daily, we sustain our willpower throughout the day and drastically increase our success rate. But willpower alone simply isn't enough, as there are circumstances where your brain receives a trigger and then operates automatically. For instance, you see a hottie on Instagram, you go to her page and you see more provocative videos of her, and before you realize it, you're on that website doing you know what. As you probably know from experience, it's extremely hard to stop following the unconscious loop after you see something that triggers this behavior. So in order to avoid relapse, we will try to remove as many of these triggers as possible. This means blocking the hot models on Instagram and TikTok, using not safe for work filters on Twitter, Reddit, etc. Downloading a DNS family link on your phone and other devices so you don't see any 18+ content on browsers and so on. And it's totally reasonable to remove all of these apps if you haven't already, since they don't bring anything useful and only increase your chances of relapsing. It's not extreme, it's necessary. If you don't follow this step of removing the triggers, you won't succeed and will fail within a week or 2. By removing these external triggers, you'll only get the urges internally, meaning random thoughts about other people. These are the thoughts you can't prevent from happening, but you can decide whether to follow them or not. And this is the last piece of the puzzle we'll go over in this video. When you get these urges to watch the videos randomly, you need to know that you have a choice. You aren't forced to watch it because a part of you wants it. In these moments where your brain's needs and your goals are intertwined and turn against each other, you need to make a decision. A quick one to stop thinking about the urge and do something else. Breathe for a few minutes, do some push-ups, wash your face with cold water. Because if you don't stop thinking about the urge to relapse, you'll find it extremely hard to stop. And you know this from experience. The longer you thought about it, the more your mind turned toward your brain's desire, which led you to relapse. Throughout November, you'll definitely get multiple urges to watch that content. What you need to know is that the quicker you stop the urge, the easier it will be in the following days. Think of it as a minigame. The quicker you reject the urge, the more you progress in the No-Nut November challenge. At the start, it will be a bit hard, but the more you reject it, the easier it gets, and the closer you get to the finish line. By increasing your willpower throughout the day and progressively throughout the challenge, by removing the triggers that cause your brain to run relapse loops automatically, and by knowing that the quicker you reject the urge, the easier it gets, and the more you progress in the challenge, you maximize your chances of surviving this No Nut November. I am confident that you will complete this No Nut November, which is why I'm urging you to comment down, I, your name, will complete this No Nut November, so you can get back to that comment once you do it, with pride and confidence in yourself.